Welcome to the Art of Precision on Gillette World Sport. Coming up today, we're getting fight fit with Germany's Marco Huck. Wrapping up at the 10th round of the World Rally Championship. And talking NFL with wide receiver Chris Hogan.
Speed. That's what makes you a great athlete. It's what makes great receivers.
First up on Gillette World Sport, we're heading to Germany for a training camp with former cruiserweight boxing champion Marco Huck. For nearly a decade, Marco Huck has been ever present at the top of the cruiserweight division. Between 2009 and 2015, he held the WBO World Championship for a total of 2,176 consecutive days, making 13 successful title defenses.
I train twice a day, apart from on Thursdays and Saturdays, where I only train once. I can start in the morning at 10:30, but it varies depending on my training plan. Sometimes I go walking, other times I do special shadow boxing warm-ups with the trainer, pad training, or work on the equipment. It's totally customized. What's good is that every day is almost never the same as the last. My sparring phase always begins about 3 weeks before, nearly 4 weeks from the fight, because you don't really count the last week. The last week is just the regeneration phase, where the body fully recovers its energy. During those 3 weeks, I will be sparring 3 times a week. It's not always fun. During that time, you're not really at home, as you're moving around a lot. But then you're rewarded with a win, and you know the whole world is watching. And everyone wants autographs or signed photos. That recognition is a great reward.
Huck's all-action style has seen him defeat 27 of his 45 opponents by knockout, and the 32-year-old continuously seeks to perfect his punching technique with coach Connie Mittermeier.
Over the years, the difference in my technique is like night and day. You always think it's easy, but it's constantly evolving and changing. Punching is a mixture of everything. You start with your foot, then turn to your hip. From your hip to your shoulder, from your shoulder into the arm, and from the arm you get the actual power in your fist. There's really a total mixture of everything. In boxing, it's very important to be agile and to be able to move your body. Your legs are very important for holding your weight and your hips. You need to be able to move around on your legs and use your legs to give your punch more power through the movement. If you just hit with your fist, then the hit is hard, but not as effective as when you put your whole body into it.
On September the 9th in Berlin, Huck will face former Olympic champion Alexander Usyk in the first fight of the inaugural World Boxing Super Series. Staged in the cruiserweight and super middleweight divisions, the new single elimination tournament will see 8 of the best boxers in each weight class compete for the Muhammad Ali Trophy. Top seed Usyk handpicked Huck as his first opponent at the competition's draft gala in Monaco earlier this year. For the 32-year-old, being the underdog has given him a greater focus in camp.
This is an exciting opportunity for me to be there at the beginning of this tournament. It was a privilege to find out that I will be able to fight the favourites in the first week, and it's a fight I'm really looking forward to. One of the best virtues in boxing is you need to be driven. If you don't have ambition and discipline, it's a lost cause, and that's crucial with boxing. Time and time again, you need to challenge yourself. There's always a new fight against yourself to stop you from becoming too comfortable. If you already know you've achieved a lot and then you take it lightly, that's not the right way to go. During a fight, there is often a moment when you don't feel like continuing anymore, when you begin to feel tired and sluggish. But when that happens, you just have to grit your teeth and carry on. And that's something you learn from your training.
It's destination Germany now for the 10th round of the World Rally Championship.
At the previous round in Finland, homeboy Esa-Pekka Lappi drove to his maiden World Rally victory and Toyota's second in their return to the sport this season. In a tight championship race, though, Hyundai's Thierry Neuville and M Sport's Sébastien Ogier are tied overall on 160 points, but it's the Belgian who leads with more wins. And with only 4 rounds to go, every point counts. So to Germany and the streets of Saarbrücken, where the opening super special stage was not so special for Citroen's Chris Meek. A difficult season getting even worse as he crashed out, smashing the C3 steering on a concrete barrier. Whilst Ogier and Neuville took no risks with their focus firmly on Friday's stages. Dark clouds, umbrellas and the need for wipers greeted Thierry Neuville as he was first on the road to get Friday's action underway. But hot on his heels and aware of Neuville's threat to the title was joint leader Sébastien Ogier. And despite a quick recovery, a slight oversteer on an early corner handed the advantage to his Belgian rival. Right after the start of stage 3, however, Thierry Neuville misread the grip on the road, with a fan capturing this lucky escape, which now put him behind Ogier on the early leaderboard. With slightly better conditions for stage 4, Andreas Mikkelsen was in hot pursuit. The Norwegian is still a hired gun in this year's championship, courting teams for next season, but his value looks to be on the rise. Meanwhile, now in full attack, Neuville was risking it all, at times just inches from disaster as the weather took another turn for the worse. Fighting hard to retain his title, Ogier became just a passenger, with the standing rainwater causing his Fiesta to go into a big slide, losing him crucial seconds and dropping him into 4th place. M Sport teammate Oyt Tanak made the best of the muddy roads, sensing when to get on the gas and when to get off. With 3 stage wins, he was the overnight leader. Saturday brought sunshine, but disaster for championship contender Neuville, as a shallow curve broke the suspension on his Hyundai. With his car leaving a trail of smoke, the Belgian stayed calm to the end of the stage, but needed to calculate the damage to his title bid as he realised the severity of the damage. The famous Panzerplatte stage is the largest stage of the event, giving Sébastien Ogier an epic 41 kilometres to absorb the news about his arch-rival Neuville. The stage wasn't as positive for Andreas Mikkelsen. The Norwegian had ordered soft rubber tyres for his Citroën, but the now dry conditions meant he suffered and dropped a lot of time. Sporting a mixture of tyre compounds and so a good deal more grip was rally leader Oyt Tanak, who kept attacking throughout the stage. Saturday afternoon meant a return to the Panzerplatte. The road's now drying up. Sébastien Ogier was thinking of the bigger picture as he paced himself, whilst the rejuvenated Andreas Mikkelsen made up precious time going into 2nd place. Still up in front though, Oyt Tanak was turning up the gas through one of the narrowest sections of the entire rally, taking an impressive lead of 21 seconds into the final day. Sunday meant the power stage, and Finland winner Esa-Pekka Lappi was headed for the 2nd fastest time, but a high-speed shortcut almost cost him the 4 bonus points. Thierry Neuville seemed resigned to his fate, the former joint championship leader not even managing a top 5 place this time. Whilst in contrast, Sébastien Ogier resisted the need to push for the win, as finishing 3rd gives the Frenchman a 17-point championship advantage with 3 rounds to go. Tanak brought the Fiesta safely home to record his first win on tarmac in what is fast becoming a breakout season. So, whilst Ogier may have taken a big step towards the title, the celebrations belong to Oyt Tanak and a jubilant M Sport team.
Next, as he prepares for the 2017 NFL season, we talk to New England Patriots' Chris Hogan. NFL star Chris Hogan has established himself as one of the best wide receivers in the game. After 3 successful seasons with the Buffalo Bills, he signed for the New England Patriots in 2016. During his first season, Hogan set a team record for the Patriots when he recorded 9 receptions for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns in their AFC Championship win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hogan and the Patriots would go on to claim Super Bowl 51 with an epic 25-point deficit comeback. During his preseason training, Gillette World Sports sat down with the wide receiver to discuss the elements which have been key to his success on the field.
Speed. And that's what makes you a great athlete. It makes great receivers, is being able to speed off the line. Good playmakers are able to run away from people. Determination. It's grit. It's about not letting the guy that's in front of you stop you. It's about not letting yourself beat yourself. It's about being the best that you can be, giving 100% effort every single play. Acceleration. It's about being able to get into your routes fast, catching the ball and being able to accelerate to top speed very quickly to create that separation and be able to make plays as a receiver. Power. For my position, it's about getting off the line as quickly as you can, being able to be a physical receiver, being able to move a defender out of the way, so that you can get to point A to point B as quickly as possible. Precision. Precision is a huge part of being a receiver. It's about being able to run your routes efficiently, about being able to catch the ball efficiently, and being able to know exactly where you need to be on the football field.
Now we're rewinding to Rio 2016 to relive the K1 1,000 meters final with gold medalist Marcus Cooper-Waltz.
The Olympic Games is the biggest event for sportsmen, so it's normal to get very nervous and have lots of pressure. I just kept very calm and just thought, I'm not going to get nervous. I'm just going to do what I know, do my work, do what I've trained for, just do the best 1,000 meters that I've done in my whole life.
Ready, set.
I like starting strong. I'm in second place at the beginning. Did a very good start. First 250 meters. That's where I start and slow down a bit, start breathing a bit more. So that's the middle of the race, 500 meters. Here I'm in the 5th position. Anyone here would think that I would never win. I was just thinking of my race, I didn't know if I was winning or if I was in the last place. I didn't really mind, I just wanted to do the fastest race, the best race I could do. Now is the last 250 meters. Now I start going a bit more fast again, start paddling a bit stronger. The best I do in the 1,000 meters is the last sprint. I think it's just amazing. Looking from here, looking at the video, it's incredible. Czech Republic guys looks to the left and sees how I'm going across him, and I just kept looking front. I didn't want to look sideways. I just wanted to keep on doing my race. I didn't know I was winning. I just wanted to keep rowing very strong, just do the best I could, just get the quickest I could to the finish line. And once I crossed it, I looked left and right, and that's when I realized I won the Olympic Games. It's incredible. I just didn't know how to celebrate. I just didn't know what to do. I was just so shocked. It was a surprise actually for me and all my teammates. We didn't think that I could manage to win an Olympic medal. But yeah, incredible race I did. Very, very impressive race. I wouldn't want to go back and repeat. I've done it and that's it. But yeah, I'll try and repeat it, but in 4 years in Tokyo.
Time now for a look at the stories making the social headlines. Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor to win their hotly anticipated and highly lucrative fight in Las Vegas. The bout inspired NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal to take the heavy bag, while skater Daewon Song paid his own tribute to the boxing great. Real Madrid stars were working on shooting at speed as the La Liga season kicked off in Spain. Across the city, Atletico's Antoine Griezmann was perfecting his free kicks. Mountain biker Reed Boggs posted this video of a Sunday morning ride in Utah. Skier Connery Lundeen was also letting off steam at the weekend with this heart-stopping leap. BMX rider Terry Adams showed a unique way of setting off on his bike. 13-year-old Little League baseball star Jay Splaylock turned out for batting practice with the Atlanta Braves, hitting this huge home run. Four-time NBA MVP LeBron James shared this training drill, showing the work he's been putting in during basketball's off-season. And finally, Hollywood star Kevin Hart joined the LA Rams for pre-season training, but the actor and comedian soon demonstrated why he probably won't be making the team.
Next up, we take a behind-the-scenes look at New Zealand's leading BMX facility with Nitro Circus's Jed Milden.
I fell in love with BMX when I was 14 because it was basically limitless. It was almost like a video game in the sense that we're the creator, you create the tricks and also the facilities and the ramps and whatnot to ride. For so long, so many years, we spent all our money traveling to America and would come back and then you'd save up again and all the way back to America, and we had this vision of wanting to bring that here. So I think this is what this is. It's our style of park, you know. So my involvement in the Franklin Farm started in 2010-ish, 2012, and we built this big container tower behind us, and the purpose of that was basically so I could learn tricks and then take them around the world and send them for Nitro Circus. And the formula worked out well, and then, since then been able to learn heaps of tricks and keep touring, and then from that it's enabled me to come home with money, you know, for the next 6 months and advance this place, and it's just been an ongoing evolution for the last 6 years. The BMX scene here in New Zealand is really strong. There's a lot of love here. We're very fortunate here to have real good weather, good scenery, it's green and amazing people. I like hanging out with my mates and helping them, I guess, and it's kind of turned into, I don't know, being kind of coaching. The key is the entry, because you can come in too slow on this jump, which will mean you'll just land on the top, which is just like doing a fly out of a bowl, you know, so it's fine anyway. Just make sure you rotate it. Kind of a sense of feeling of responsibility for them doing what they're trying to do safely and correctly, and then when they pull it off, it almost, you know, it's almost like you achieve the trick.
Get it.
Yeah! That's only today that he's just learned it properly. And then he pulled it to dirt, so that's a... How'd that feel? You own that. Yeah, you went upside down, then you looked at the landing, and then you came up. Now go do 10 of them. And you'll never lose them. You'll be able to do them for the rest of your life. Back in 2008, 2007, I used to run a competition in Taupo called Jedi Jam. And it was pretty cool, skate park, dirt jumps, and we ended up incorporating the dirt jumping nationals into that. And for the last sort of 5 years, a lot of us have kind of just gone on our own paths and doing our own thing. And then this Christian camp at Narrows Park in Hamilton approached my friend Paul to run an event there. And then we're basically just organising an event, bringing riders and dubbing it the New Zealand Dirt Jump Nationals because it hasn't been around. The competition's judged on execution, style, height, trick, and just your overall run, putting everything together. I think it's important to have an event like that for younger riders, or just any rider, you know, and you can all come and show off. You know, that's what we do. You have fun and you see, you boost it, and you see you can do the most spins, and you just have fun together, encourage each other, and it's the perfect platform for people to gauge themselves. When we travel as much as we do, it's really nice to just come home and chill out in one spot and have a facility like the Franklin Farm to just be at peace and see no one, do nothing. All you hear is cows, birds, and the boys come over to have fun.
Finally this week, we turn to horse racing as we make a visit to York Racecourse in England.
Open to horses aged 3 years or older, the International Stakes is a Group 1 flat horse race run annually in York over a distance of 1 mile, 2 furlongs and 56 yards. The prestigious race attracted a final field of 7 horses, with 5 having already won at least one race at Group 1 level. As they passed the 6 furlong marker, number 6, Cliffs of Moher, was in the lead.
They're racing down the side of the course now. And it's still Cliffs of Moher next to the rail, just ahead of Barney Roy, followed by old rival Churchill behind him, a length and a half away. Then half a length down to Decorated Knight. Ulysses and the sheepskin noseband, who always travels well in his races, is next as they're about to turn in towards the judge. Still at the back is My Dreamboat and Shutter Speed, patiently ridden by Frankie Dettori as they come down the Knavesmire here with 3.5 furlongs left to go in the Juddmonte International. Cliffs of Moher upping the ante a bit now. Barney Roy's going with him. Churchill's being nudged along by Ryan Moore, but is responding. Ulysses is cruising up into contention as well. Decorated Knight is driven. Frankie's looking down at the filly there. Shutter Speed on the outside. She's not really picked up. My Dreamboat is held, and now they engage as they race up towards the final furlong and a half. Barney Roy and Churchill, the 2 old rivals, with Ulysses on the outside, who's easing into the race. What will he find? Barney Roy in the centre, Ulysses on the near side, Churchill on the far side, and it's Ulysses who's wearing down the 2 3-year-olds on the inside, and Ulysses is going to win the Juddmonte. A brilliant performance, and a 6 for Sir Michael Stout. Jim Crowley in the saddle. Churchill was in second for Barney Roy in third, and Cliffs of Moher 5 lengths away in fourth.